I don't know if you can tell, but I recently woke up, so if I sound a little weird or funny, that's why. Look, yo, we gotta listen to what Wayno has to say about his boy Act, cause your man's is looking weird right now. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single Seated Reactions only on the Fleximine Network. I'm the original anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, we got a Wayno video to react to, y'all. Now, your man's is looking weird, bruh. Your man's is looking crazy. Looking psycho, saying some crazy ish to kids, bruh. 15-year-olds, bruh. That's crazy. This video is titled Akademiks' Conversation with the 15-year-old Makes No Sense to Me. Alright. Y'all know what time it is? Listen, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. With that being said, let's go. I really do sound like I just woke up. Like, holy crow. But I'm here for it. Run the tape. Let's go.
What's poppin'? Welcome back to I'll Do It Myself. Today's Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Let's just talk about life for a second and the internet and everything that's going on when it comes to streaming, content, saying things. Essentially, a lot of people get paid to think and speak, but most people don't think before they speak, right? Which leads me to my topic today, academics. Academics went viral for talking with some kid. You know what I'm saying? I know the kid Black Boy Max. He's been popping off with everything he has going on, and I like what he's doing because it's kind of centered around music. I've never sat and watched the whole stream, but I do like the fact that it's like kind of, you know, it's the foundation of what he's doing is music, right? He's a producer. He puts together these rooms. They make records. They have fun. They tell jokes. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of hand.
Yup.
But streaming, right? Streaming is something that I've been trying to figure out myself. But at the same time, like, the shit be type fake weird to me because I get people, you know, from everywhere talking. It's kind of like the chat rooms. So when I was a teenager and I was on dial-up, that's how much of a dinosaur I am. When I was on AOL dial-up or Yahoo chat rooms back in like 98, I'm saying 99, it was just, we just typing. They used to have like the chat rooms that you could call and everybody would sit in the chat room and talk. I didn't never do that. A lot of people when I was in high school used to talk about how they used to be on there. But I never really got into it. But any person from any place could call in. They could talk. You don't have to show your face. Anybody can say anything. So while we would like to pretend as if the internet is this new thing because we can see it visually, this shit been going on since the beginning of, you know, the internet's conception as far as people trolling, talking crazy. And when I say trolling, I'm not making no excuses for no academics or nothing because
I mean, me personally, when I got introduced to like how the internet is, a lot of people might say with MSN Messenger or Hotmail or any of them things, right? It might be true, but where I really started, where I think I really started, were with two games actually. One of those games was RuneScape, and the other game was MapleStory. That's when I knew the internet was real. That's when I knew the internet was like, yo, you're from where? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, after that, I'm like, oh, this is what the internet is. So, yeah, especially with MapleStory, to be honest, because RuneScape was one thing, but MapleStory? Brother, it's a whole new game right there, bro. I kind of miss that shit, low-key.
the biggest misconception that I get is, of course, I know a lot of people's introduction to me is me being on everyday struggle and seeing me and seeing academics. But I lived a life and I was from a certain way and all of that before I was on the internet doing what I'm doing today. I say that to say this. I don't be getting none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I get the dark humor sometimes because on the block we got a lot of dark humor. In the barbershop we got a lot of dark humor. You know what I'm saying? We play around. Sometimes we play too much. But when it comes to like saying certain shit with kids, I don't get it.
It's crossing the line.
I don't get it. But also, I always see people say, "Oh, you need to check them or check them." Bro, I don't be talking to these niggas, bro. sis, whomever, however you identify. I don't be talking to these niggas. I'm just keeping it 1,000 with y'all. Like, it comes to like this space where like I accept the fact that I'm building a new space and career for myself on the internet, right? Doing my own thing. Like I get that, I understand that. Oh, that's cool. But sometimes like I be not forgetting where I come from, but having conversations with certain people. Like today, I talked to my big bro Cat today. We was on the phone for like 2 hours. He like a big brother to me. Somebody I was running behind in the street when I was a kid. He ended up going to prison for like 14 years.
Damn.
And we just was having conversations about life and parenting and how older we getting and just different people we might not see eye to eye with. And it just opened up my eyes to the internet a little bit. You know what I mean? More than it usually is. And it made me say, like, I'm not cut from the same cloth that a lot of people is cut from. That don't mean that motherfuckers don't walk into the store and want their cloth, because a lot of people want that cloth. But I'm just not cut from certain cloths. So when I see like certain things said or certain things displayed, it don't make me question how could I say, not my space, like that I'm in. It makes me look at like affiliations and people always are gonna group you in together, right? People accept you how they met you.
He's just trying to cover his ass. Look, for the past 4 minutes he's been talking, he's just trying to cover his ass. That's it. So, I get it, brother.
I always say that. People accept you how they met you. I always look at Ken and Ryu as street fighters because that's how I met them. If somebody tried to do a movie of Ken and Ryu being in corporate America, I probably wouldn't watch that shit, right? But I just be thinking, like, when it comes to academics, mad people always are like, yo, he need to be he's like an immovable object. It's nothing that nobody could do. Like, the only way I feel like could be, I'm not calling for him to be canceled, but like people are like wishing for this day that this nigga just disappears and never comes back ever again. But the only way that would happen is if something horrible happened on camera,
or if he chooses
that was like
to stop.
Unforgivable. And not saying that I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying it's like when I look at him and how he operates, you gotta remember he's the person who, like all these other streamers, I feel like they followed his path, and then some of them like they chose their own way to go with the shit. Like, oh nah, I ain't gonna do that, but I'm gonna do this, or I'm not gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it this way, or I'm gonna add this or add that. And you see a little bit of him pause and everybody else. But like just certain shit, like just this clip for instance, it just don't make no sense to me, right? Like,
you know, I love Max so much, like, should I suck a dick for that?
What? You know? Hey, no, what? What? No!
And now we're like,
what?
This is it's not that drastic, but it gets to,
yes, it is.
It gets to that point where, like, now we're almost like, yo, how much do you love this guy?
So, I just like, all right. Again, it's cool for two dudes from two different walks of life to have conversation about whatever and do that publicly so that they could display their talents of takes, right? Because that's what it's all about. Oh, your take is trash, or your take is hot, or your take is like prolific, whatever the case may be. But I just feel like in today's day and age, it's way too much dick talk. Like, why is niggas talking about dick so much?
Yeah! Talk, bro! I don't understand why everybody love to talk about that shit so much. It's weird. It's weird. And you making it, the more y'all older folk talk about it, the younger kids gonna talk about it and think it's cool. That's what I'm saying, yo. With this newer kid, it's not the first time we've heard this. And I have to keep saying it over and over. The reason why we are not a fan of this is because this is not the first time we've heard this. Fact. At some point in your life, you heard someone talking crazy on the microphone. Literally. Like, yo, if you're a gamer, to all my gamers out there, shout out, no doubt. But, yo, we all know Wagwan here, bro. We all know what's going on. This is not the first time we heard this kind of nonsense. Me, personally, I hate hearing it. It's so strange. Like, bro, why are you talking about dick so much for real? Like what Wayno's saying, bro. Why do you have dick on your mind like that? Like, are you a ting? Are you a gal? Like, are you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that how you move or fluctuate? Like, bro, like, it's gotten to a point, like, if you just like it like that, just say that. Because it's clearly in your mouth. So go ahead and claim your true self. If not, play the game, tell some regular jokes, and go about your business. Because there's no way. Bro, I don't understand why people like doing that, bro. It's so weird. It's so weird. And then they come around talking about, oh, you're not comfortable with your masculinity. That has nothing to do with that. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't know what kind of girl that bent you over, but my brother, we don't do that around here. I'm just a dude that wake up, record reactions now, go to work, come back, go for walks, runs, whatever, dance. Like, I have a lot on my plate. I don't have that on my mind. For you to be saying that into chat rooms like that, you clearly have it on your mind. And then they try to defend themselves talking about they're trolling. Nobody trolls like that. If you troll like that, that just makes you peculiar. I don't get it. Keep going.
In the time of my life, and people wonder why we say pause. Like,
yeah.
All right, listen, I'm just from Harlem. That's just a game that we play, and because it's a game that we play so much, like, sometimes we just say it just because that's how we talk. But I don't understand why niggas just be talking about dick so much like that. Like, shit to say like that, not even funny to me. It's not funny. And this is not a bash act campaign. This is just a
what's going on?
Why don't you check him? Check him. Check him. Like, I'm supposed to go knock on this nigga door, kick the door down, wake him up out the bed, and say, you need to stop acting like this on the internet. I'm not this nigga father. Like, I'm not his father, bro. And again, like I said, the relationship that a lot of people think that we have, we don't actually have. Now, we don't have no beef. I don't have a beef with him. I mean, we have a work relationship. Actually, me and one of Act's older brothers got more of a relationship than me and Act. You know what I'm saying? And Act is also a person that, like, I've because he's known what it is that I'm trying to get into with the streaming and all of that shit, I've leaned on him for advice. I don't always get that advice. You know what I'm saying? I don't always get that advice, but I've contacted him and leaned on. And he, you know, when the Kendrick Drake shit popped off, like, he put me on his stream. It got people to follow me on Twitch and all of that, which is cool. I appreciate that. I'm just saying that when it comes to a lot of this internet shit, I be realizing that I'm really just a nigga from 119th for Lexington. Because I get put into this box, right? And I don't want to put myself in a box from that.
Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. I'm sorry.
If you don't know, the 119 on my name is from 119th. But I get put into this box of like, oh, you're a journalist, so I'm supposed to conduct myself a certain way. Or you're a media figure, so you're supposed to conduct yourself a certain type of way. Or you this, or you that, so you gotta do this, and you that, so you gotta do this. I don't really care about what none of this shit that people be saying. I just give my opinion on it because some of y'all like it and some of y'all can't stand it. Either way, I appreciate y'all watching. But it just dawns on me sometimes that, like, you know, when I was a younger man, like, I dead ass believe, like, when I was like 15 years old, I dead thought of like being 25, and I thought of like being a 25-year-old man was like a man, right? Because in entertainment, all of the examples that I had when I was a kid was like grown ass men. You know what I mean? Like a Tupac. Well, I mean, he's not the best example of what to just be like because he's an artist. I don't think that most kids should aspire to be like artists, right? But or Biggie. It's just like the words that they says, the way that they conducted themselves. And maybe when I got older, I was like, they was on some bullshit too. But it's just some of the ways that they conducted themselves. Some of the men that I seen in my neighborhood. Some of the men that I seen on television. From a Wesley Snipes to a Bill Cosby to a Martin Lawrence to who else I could think of? A Will Smith. When I knew that these men were a certain age, I said, oh, that's what a man is. And then if you're in entertainment, like, of course, I'm one of them kids that used to believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the same person in one movie that he was in all until I understood what acting was. But I really said, like, yo, I aspire to be a man, right? And as a man, I aspire to be responsible, accountable, relatable,
talk,
And this is when I was a kid, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Strong, you
Right.
know what I mean? Funny, can make decisions, can lead. Like, those are the things I aspire to do. And
No
one thing I
doubt.
noticed about being on the internet is that, like, all of that shit that I kind of thought of, it's not the prettiest shit to beat, right? Like, it's like, when you, I don't know, maybe I just haven't hit that stride yet, but, like, when you growing and aspiring to be something, and I think that you should always do that. I think that there's no, like, final level of growing as an adult. Like, as you get older, you find new things you want to do, new things you're excited about, new things you want to learn. But on the internet, it's like, this shit is just about being like Shaq and a fool. Like, for real, it's about just being like clownish behavior almost. It's like almost everybody, because it garners hits, it garners views, it garners people to say, oh well, he's popping, like that's popping or that's lit, and the views get you numbers and the numbers get you revenue. It's like the most important thing you could.
It takes you away from being the person that you're supposed to be, is what he's basically saying. Like you said, clownish behavior is rewarded online, no doubt. No doubt, but when you're online, you're not yourself, you're a character. This is entertainment. Now, there are ways around it, but that does take a certain level of creativity to achieve that kind of goal, right? To be yourself, but to be funny at the same time, so that you don't have to switch up and stick to the same, like, formula for your videos. That's rare. That's a blessing, you know? Some reaction channels definitely follow that. I would love to follow that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I'm saying, I'm just speaking from my mind. You know, I'm just flexing my brain. That's it. So flexing mine, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's true, because especially with the younger generation, like, the clownish behavior, doing dumb things on the internet makes you popping like this is Jackass. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. It's one big episode of Jackass with a bunch of different, like, seasons and all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is. For you to change that, you got to change the formula, and I don't think that's going to work. It's about finding the kink in the armor to be that person, where you can be comfortable with just being yourself, laid back, but you cool with it. But at the same time, your entertainment, your content, everything is funny. It's engaging. It makes people want to talk about it. You know, it's almost like a level of, like, marketing, almost like advertising and marketing. You know, so, like, how do you solve for X? And X being a content creator, but not looking like a fool. That's X. You have to figure out that formula at that point. X equals what? Or X plus this, or X minus this, or X bracketed by this. You know, like, which way or how would you want to solve for X? It's up to you. But everything else, that's for you to figure out. And once you have your formula and you solved for X, being X equals whatever, then you would use that and apply it to every video that you have, so that when you want to make videos going down, 100 reactions from now, you're good to go, no doubt. You know? That's all it is.
To do is just play around. And sometimes I just don't be wanting to play around.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't even be wanting to talk about half the shit that there is to talk about, because, and I think that that's kind of what holds me back as being a creator, because it's sometimes where I want to talk about things, and then sometimes I be like, I don't want to talk about that shit because it's just stupid to me. Because there's a million things you could talk about on a daily basis, and maybe I'm not gonna say I'm not working hard enough, but sometimes I just see myself as like, fuck am I, like, what am I don't know, like, I know my purpose. I know what I'm doing this for. I know that I have like-minded people, like the ones that, you know, are liking and sharing and subscribing this video right now. Like, I know that y'all, like, get it, but sometimes I be like, this shit trash, like, on some G shit, like, this shit trash. Like, I go on and I see, YouTube, like, it's crazy. I don't even be watching TV as much as I used to. I be watching, like, YouTube and shit.
I'll watch
TV,
period.
Saying, like, all these, like, former, that's what me and my man was talking about today, like, all of these like old gang members that all they do is talk down on each other. Like all they do is act like kids. Like you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's tough. Like everybody's like this tough and impenetrable. Like you can't harm. Like everybody never took a loss. Like all everybody talk about is like how much they win or how much they know or how good they are, and nobody really admits that they don't know shit. And that's like 90% of the people that's on the internet. Maybe 90 is a lot. Maybe I just don't know the other ones that really know shit. But it's like the shit that I see, maybe that's just my algorithm. You are what you consume. And maybe the stuff that I consume is just fuckery. Just dumb shit. Just stupid. It's just like all these ridiculous conversations about nothing. All of these women popping balloons talking about, like, I seen a video of this dude. He was like all the stereotypical shit that a woman said they wanted on the internet a couple years ago. Tall, dark skinned, good looking, pause. I'm comfortable with myself. He was a good looking brother, muscular, like long hair, beard, and I'm like, and they was just, I don't like you because you smile too much. I don't like you because your pants is high with it. Like, are y'all bitches on there for love or are y'all just on there to be seen?
Hey, talk that shit, wayno. Talk. I hate that pop the balloon, tonight's conversations. I hate all that, especially with the whole tonight conversation controversy. If there's the right video out there for me to react to so I can get all the information about it, best believe it's going to be on my channel. But yo, Wayno talking that talk, bro, because I seen the same episode and similar episodes. I don't know what these girls be looking for, but it's not love and it's not the man that they dreamed of a while back. It's like they always going back on their dreams. That's a bar. The women on these conversations for the pop the balloon thing and all that, they're always going back on their dreams. They don't stick to the dream that they set for themselves a while back. Always changing it. Why? Ooh, there's levels to that conversation.
Variety of people that's actually looking for stuff, or they just looking to be seen. I think it's just people that's looking to be seen. I mean, shit, I'm a hypocrite because I want to be seen too. I just want to be seen for the stuff that I like to talk about.
No doubt, me
and some
too.
of the
Sorry.
Stuff that I like to talk about just ain't the most popular things to talk about, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I mess with the people who mess with me. End of the day, like, it don't really bother me. Like, I love that I talk about music and I talk about life and I talk about, like, being accountable.
I love talking about music. I love listening and learning about music. I also have my love and passion for comedy, entertainment, anime. I really should be doing some anime reactions, but I'm scared about Toei. Toei scares me, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. My boys at J3 Entertainment got their channel suspended for 90 days. And all they were watching was Kamen Rider Geats. Like, bro, Toei is a dangerous conglomerate, bro. As much as I want to do anime reactions, that is such a dangerous realm because you could lose your channel. Toei don't play no games. Even if all the parameters are set to say this is you're putting out the copyright claims and everything. Hey, bro, like, yo. Let's finish out the video.
And all of these types of things. But a lot of people is just like cornballs, yo. Like, they just cornballs, and they just wanna, like, it's like if I go on IG Live, right? It's times where I go on IG Live, and then somebody, like, it's probably like a old artist of mine's friend, or an old person, a fan of an old artist I used to manage, who just get up on there and say some disrespectful shit. And I ain't gonna lie, the internet is the only place where a nigga can hit you with a rock from anywhere. Because sometimes you don't let it get to you, but every now and then they might say something and you be like, nah, I want to say something to that person. And then you get caught up in this moment of you, because people look at you as like, if you are deemed as successful, as you have clout or followers or views or whatever, that you're above, like, responding to disrespect. I'm never above responding to disrespect. I mean, I'm not going to indulge as much. But I do want everybody to know, at the point, if you outside and you see me somewhere and you disrespect me, I will beat you up. And this not even me being a tough guy. If you play with me like that in my face, I'll beat you up. But,
unfortunately, I can't do that in Canada because you're going to get arrested for that, so. But there's other ways to work around it.
Regardless to any of that, regardless to any of that, I like to be a representation of what I said or what I thought a man is when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we stronger together. I feel like we better building one another and helping one another. But unfortunately, the demise is the cutest part of things, right? It's like, or the negativity is the cutest part of things.
No doubt.
It's kind of like when I did that J. Cole video, right? Like, the only thing that was sought out in that video was me saying that I felt that it was people I ain't feel. It was people that I had conversations with that said that Kendrick was overrated, and it was like, that's all it was about. It wasn't about my critique of the song. And it was like the same shit that was the critique of like the what's that? Damn, what was that? Forget it, whatever. But it was just like a critique of the song, like, you know what I mean? It's like how everybody said, oh, you only listen to the Drake part, you ain't really hearing the song when he apologized to Drake. It's like, now I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But other than that, I just been rambling on. But let's briefly talk about this ASAP Rocky shit while it is a topic to speak about. I don't know, yo. ASAP, you know, he's on trial or heading trial for allegedly shooting one of his friends. There's a video. In the video, he has what appears to be a gun. His defense says that it's a prop gun. The friend got shot. Listen, this shit's just dumb to me, yo. I mean, the man is on trial. You know what I'm saying? The man is on trial for his life. You know what I'm saying? Because he's facing 24 years. Which the first thing I thought about when I thought of Rocky going to prison, I hope he doesn't. But remember that joke that Chris Rock said when he was talking about Michael Jackson? He said, when that perm starts sweating out. Nah, I ain't, you know, salute to Rocky, and I you know, I hope the best for him. I just don't know anymore, man, about any of this shit, man. Sometimes, like I said, this shit just be confusing. Like, it just be too much disrespect. It's too much, like, downing. And then them same people that say we hate the downing, we hate the disrespect, they don't really want to watch when you talking about nothing positive. I gotta start getting with the positive people that got views. Nah, dead ass, yo. I gotta get with the positive people that got views.
Where they at?
I don't know what none of this is anymore. What none of this is anymore. Aside from that, we will have the merch coming very soon.
Oh.
We had a couple of step backs last week. So give me a moment. The merch will be ready for you.
I'm assuming that's the logo.
And I will be finishing my set so I can have these rants on stream as opposed to just you watching them. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. If you don't, I don't care. Now I'm playing. Peace. I'll catch y'all later.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your contribution to the music industry and all that jazz. We have love and appreciation for you, Wayno, for real. Closing, finals, lastly. This whole... Like, I feel like Wayno explained it really well just from his own, like, base and his own thought process when it comes to the internet. Like, it's just... The internet is making you something you're not, and it's up to you to make sure that you maintain yourself. Having that maintenance on the way you think, the way you act, and all that will really bring you back to the person, to that man you used to be. You know? Putting yourself out there in spaces like this, it's a challenge. It's interesting. It's weird. It's strange. You know? But we all do this for a reason. We all are clearly doing this for a reason. Me, I'm trying to advance the network to the place where I see it as. You know, this is not just a reaction channel. You know, this whole YouTube started as a podcast channel. It grew into a reaction channel, but it's not supposed to be just a reaction channel. This is a network. There's going to be multiple programs on here going on. So stay tuned for all those programs. I'm doing this for all of that. Okay? That's all it is. And when those programs drop, I hope y'all enjoy it because trust me, it's taken a long time to get these things off the ground. You know? Well, yeah, those are my final thoughts, bro. Like, shout out to Wayno for real. Like, nah, shout out to Wayno for real, but I appreciate you. I know a lot of people out there don't really care about Wayno like that too much, but that's y'all. Me, Me, I respect his mind, his knowledge, everything. I respect him. You know? So I just want to put that out there. Just put the nail down and just hit it with the mallet. You know what I'm saying? Look, this is single-seater reactions only on the This is a single-seater reactions only on the Flexion Mind Network. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. What a time to be alive, bro. I'll tell you that much.